this. Sato was attacked at least 55 times across her face, neck, and chest, and prosecutors argued that Takano kept going after she was begging him to stop.
Bro, just like evidence on that, you should just be putting that nigga under jail, or just like, you know, sentencing him to death. Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up? Yo, what up, it's Majay back here, another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video by Atozi. Video is going to be on the most horrifying IRL stream ever broadcasted. What does that mean? What? Did something horrible happen on there, or some catastrophe? Oh man, oh crap. I'm just going into this video blindly, so I don't know truly what's going on. A lot of people be thinking reactors be like watching the video before going on. This is a complete blind reaction. I go to the video, make sure I pause it before so nothing can play, and then I go turn my OBS on and record, and then we go here, bro. But let's just see what was so horrifying about this and what happened during this broadcast. I hope nothing really bad happened, Jesus Christ, but he's telling us right now. Let's just get into it. Leave a like, subscribe.
This is sadly the most horrifying IRL stream ever broadcasted, because during the stream a fan struck the—
oh shit, horror as influencer Airi Sato and her deranged fans. Wow. Oh,
streamer
shit.
55 times the blade on a Tokyo street in front of thousands of live viewers, then picked up the stream and continued streaming until the police showed up. It's hard to even put it in words of how horrific all this was. And a little over a year later, we finally know why this happened and how long he's going to prison for it. And quick warning, this is definitely—
oh my god, bro. Now I think I heard about this. I'm a big crime watcher, bro. I want to get into crime watching and everything on my other channel, but I mean for another channel, but I don't know what I would go into. I want to go into the horror aspect and, you know, a lot of scary movie aspects on there, doing like horror movie reviews or something like that. But I don't know. I still haven't launched. I said I was gonna launch like at 500, but I heard of the story and I really remember it. It was just like a baffling ass story to just even see it, because like it's spiraled with like a severe stalking cases, and you know having these really weird deranged fans, bro. This is why women need extra protection in like all fields of being famous, because you never know who might be one of your delusional fans.
a heavier video than usual, but I wanted to talk about it because I'm just surprised at how little coverage there actually was from this incident. And I'm also kind of shocked at what the punishment ended up being for the man who did all this. But it's just terrifying to think that a parasocial relationship between an influencer and their public can spiral so far out of control that they end up doing something as extreme as this. But this case happened in 2025, and at the time, all we had was the immediate aftermath, an arrest, a horrifying motive, and a string of eerie similar incidents happening to other streamers within the same few weeks. But now, more than a year later, the trial is over, a sentence has been handed down, and honestly, some of the stuff that came out during the actual court proceedings is even more disturbing than what we knew back then. So this nightmare starts in March 11th of 2025 at around 9:50 in the morning. Airi Sato was walking through the Takodanababa area of Tokyo's Shinjuku ward, live streaming on a Japanese platform called Who Watch. She'd been working on a project where she was walking along the Yamanote line, a train loop that circles around central Tokyo, and it's extremely popular with both tourists and locals. And here she was streaming the entire route live for audience. But what was supposed to just be another regular IRL stream turned into a complete nightmare within seconds when Sato suddenly stepped out of frame and started screaming. Then the guy picked up the stream phone and started looking into the camera. According to the reporting at the time, the stream captured Sato lying on the ground, visibly injured, with the attacker standing over her, asking if she was still alive before kicking her. And more than 6,000 people were watching all of this unfold live, completely unable to do anything but witness it all. And that all happened at 9:50 in the morning. And
oh my god, bro. I really wish this case went on in another country like the US, or some other country that has like even like heavier like punishment laws for this, because he literally said like he's shocked at like what like the person got. But like, man, that's just some amount of disrespect, bro. Oh my god, bro. I wish they just got him, and you know, got him by firing squad, bro. Just cause your reason for this should not just be any type of thing, bro. Ah, I fucking hate people, bro. I really fucking do. all around the world, people are always just doing the most heinous, terrible shit and every little crime stuff around the around it, and they just don't have like no type of like motive for it. It's just some dumbass motive, some dumb edgy motive, some you being obsessed with a person that just doesn't know you.
Around 10 minutes later, police got a call at 10 in the morning, and they arrived shortly later. And when they did so, they found Sato with wounds in her head, neck, and abdomen. She was then rushed to the hospital, but didn't make it and passed away less than 2 hours later. While the man responsible, Kenichi Takano, he was arrested right there at the scene. However, the thing is, as the story started circulating and reports came out, we later discovered that this wasn't some random attacker who just happened to cross paths with Sato that morning. You see, Takano had been watching her streams for years, and he'd even become a regular customer at the hostess bar where she worked, going back to around 2022. And over that time, he says he sent her money repeatedly, totaling somewhere around 2.5 million yen, which comes out to roughly $16,000. So he was a massive donor. And donations, they're fairly normal in the streaming world. But this much money is definitely something to raise your eyebrows at. But again, like if you look at any of the top streamers, especially the women, you can often find individual donors who have donated this much or way more. But for some reason, he was framing it as a loan for her living expenses. And again, what makes this case especially so awful is obviously she's not here. So we don't have her side of the story. So for all we know, she was thinking that he was donating to her in the start. But when police first questioned him, Takano told them that he'd raised the money through his own savings and by taking out consumer loans, and that he made up his mind to attack Sato because she wouldn't pay him back. So my question then is, okay,
it's crazy because literally, bro, why would you even do that? Well, bro, did you like this woman or something, or were you? Well, he was a fan of her, but like nobody told you to do that shit, bro. Nobody told you to go take out money and then try to get it back from her when you're literally the one that sent her money, bro. Oh, these fucking dorks, bro. These fucking weird, despicable, lame ass human beings that do not deserve any type of fucking life. Like, ugh.
Donating to her and then suddenly changed his mind and wanted the money back? Or is this some sort of arranged deal between the two of them? But at the same time, he also claimed they didn't mean to take her life, which is also pretty hard to believe because, you know, he tracked her public location, traveled to meet her, and then struck her 55 times with a blade. This is absolutely premeditated. Everything about this case is just so gruesome. And that's also just the other detail that made this so eerie and unsettling, because this wasn't random. Takano had reportedly seen Sato announce her Yamanote line livestream in advance, and he used that announcement to figure out exactly where she would be. So in other words, the same platform that was supposed to connect her with an audience is what led him to find and ambush her. Also, the week this happened to Sato, you had also...
Overall, this is scary as any type of IRL streamer, bro, because shit could just happen to you at any moment, bro. This is why I get and sympathize with a lot of like IRL streamers. I'm not talking about the ones that cause trouble on purpose. I'm talking about the ones that are just regularly streaming, like, you know, minding their own business, just trying to have fun with their audience while they're live out somewhere. This is why a lot of total big creators have security guards. But, you know, if you're just like medium, like, and you can't afford all of those security guards, you just have to essentially watch your own back while you're just like, you know, live streaming and shit. And that's kind of hard to do, and it's scary as fuck, especially as a woman going out there when you know there's like a lot of weirdos could that just track you. Stream snipers are a big ass fucking thing. It used to just be only in, you know, games when, you know, the gaming thing was popular on Twitch. Gaming thing is still popular on Twitch, but IRLs are kind of like the most shit people are watching nowadays. But yeah, people are start stream sniping people in real life.
Crazy other events that happened to other female IRL streamers. Because just days earlier, streamers Valkyrie, Senna, and Emeru, they were confronted by an aggressive man at San Monica Pier who demanded their numbers, followed them around, and got physically threatening after he was rejected.
Right now. You right now. You right now.
I don't even know if this guy was serious or not, but still weird.
And then the same night, Twitch and Kick streamers Amaranth's home was broken into by masked robbers demanding crypto. And she was also whipped with a weapon before her husband managed to scare the intruders off with his own firearm. So this was just a very crazy week on the internet. And other creators spoke up around the same time as well, because you got Japanese streamer Miyako Lowell saying that she had to stop and go to the police multiple times because people wouldn't stop following her during her IRL streams. And that's why she had to stop her IRL streams altogether. So this is a horrific, sad reality to a very popular job. But going back to Takano's trial, it took place under Japan's lay judge system, which basically means regular citizens sit alongside of professional judges to help decide the verdict and sentence serious criminal cases. So during this trial, prosecutors laid out just how brutal the attack actually was. Sato was attacked at least 55 times across her face, neck, and chest, and prosecutors argued that Takano kept going after she was begging him to stop. And the whole attack reportedly lasted for around a minute. But the judge...
Bro, just like evidence on that, you should just be, bro, you should just literally just be putting that nigga under jail, or just like, you know, sentencing him to death for that, bro. A person was like still alive, pleading for you to stop, and you were still doing that shit, bro. Good God, man. These type of cases just make me really feel sad for the victim, bro. They did not ask for none of this. They did not know this was coming. It's just shit just out of your control, bro. You probably try to be careful no matter what you do online, and people still end up getting obsessed with you, and it's just not your it's just not your fault. This nigga really sent her money and shit, and she didn't know. She probably, well, I don't know, she's not here to tell her story, but like, even then, like, why are you taking loans out to just send to this live streamer? You're a fucking loser. Like, it's cool to send some money to people, but you're taking out loans and all of this shit just to try to pay somebody that doesn't even fucking know you. Well, I don't think that goes through people's head. They get so parasocial to the point where it just gets to be real obsessed. And like, him kicking her body while she was down is just max disrespect, bro. I fucking hate that shit.
Later described what Takano did after the attack, including using Sato's phone while it was still alive, and kicking her was a continued violation of her dignity, separate from taking her life. And the prosecutors asked for a 20-year sentence, which sounds incredibly low to me.
That's
especially
crazy.
For such a gruesome and deliberate attack. But Takano's defense, on the other hand, they asked for 9 years. So they argued that Takano had tried to get his money back through an actual civil lawsuit first, and he apparently won it technically, since a court did order Sato to repay him. But she told him that she didn't have the money. According to the defense, that failed attempt to recover the debt through legal means left him financially...
What the fuck? Why did the court even order her to even pay this nigga back then? I don't get this shit. If it was his free will to donate this money to her, I don't know. Maybe he probably provided some type of, maybe it was, or some type of borrowing, or him providing some type of, like, evidence to them. I don't know.
And emotionally spiraling to the point where he was contemplating taking his own life. But again, we don't have her side of the story. I am horrified that this is one of those moments where he donated a bunch of money to her. She assumed it was a donation, so she might have spent that money, and then suddenly he wanted the money back. I don't know if this is the case here, but I've absolutely heard of that a bunch of times. I also don't know how Japan's legal system looks at streamer donations, so that could also be why he won the court case. But his lawyers also argued that Takano is on the autism spectrum, and this contributed to the impaired impulse control, claiming that he only meant to disfigure Sato's face rather than take her life. I mean, in my opinion, that doesn't change anything. Put him beneath the prison regardless. Like, no matter what, this was a planned, gruesome attack. But on July 15th, 2026, the Tokyo District Court found Takano guilty and sentenced him to 16 years in prison. That's 4 years short of what the prosecutors asked for, but quite above what the defense pushed for. So presiding judge Shunichi Ito called...
Oh, fuck no, bro. This is why I always say that these, like, other countries really need to damn take a look at their, like, their legal proceedings or their laws and shit, because people be doing heinous shit over there, and how, like, shit goes up over there depending on what city or, like, you know, state or whatever that's your part of, like, the, you know, the country that you're in. It, like, you could probably just get away with a ton of shit. Like 16 years for like murdering someone in this profession in the U.S. will literally be either you be in like prison, like a life basically, because you took a life, and you would have probably been and you know, depending on how gruesome this was in the U.S., it'll be fucking. Oh, it'll be fucking raps for this nigga. You probably getting lethal ejection or some other type of thing. You probably be on death row for a while for this. You disrespected somebody and basically humiliated them while you were killing them, bro. Oh man, this is why I just cannot do foreign countries, bro. I hate hearing stories about foreign countries because it's always disappointing when it comes to people getting fucking sentenced, bro. I don't care if you have some sort of mental disability, bro. That doesn't excuse you for murdering somebody.
attack a cruel crime that caused enormous pain and suffering, and specifically pointed out the fact that Takano had struck Sato in the neck with enough force to demonstrate what the court called a firm intention to take someone's life. As for the autism argument, the judge did acknowledge that Takano's condition may have played some role, but ultimately rejected it as an excuse. And she continued by stating plainly that actions may spiral out of control even without such a condition. Apparently, the court did take into account that Takano genuinely believes Sato had financially wronged him, and that this belief appears to have been the actual motive rather than anything else. But also, I mean, she owed him some money that he seemingly donated to her. So I don't see how that's a reasonable response for anyone to do. It's very straightforward. If you cannot afford to give $16,000 to a streamer, whether it's a donation or a loan, don't do it. If you have to go out and take loans to loan someone money, please don't do that. But if you do find yourself in a situation where you do so and they don't pay you back, I'm sorry. That's on you as well. You can't go take their life. And the irony of all this is now he's sitting in prison for 16 years because he felt like she owed him $16,000. So now he lost $16,000 and 16 years of his life. But also, he is so lucky it was only 16 years of his life, because in most other countries, that would be a whole lot more. At the time of recording this video, there's no public indication of an appeal being filed by either side. So as of right now, this is where this case rests. But honestly, what's even more worrying is just in the last few years, you've had two separate cases that were very similar. Because in 2025, a Korean streamer passed away, and a viewer who had reportedly donated tens of thousands of dollars to her was arrested in connection with this case. And just now, just days before Takano's sentencing, a South Korean stock market YouTuber in his 40s was attacked multiple times in Busan by a man in his 20s who police say had lost money following his advice. And the suspect reportedly tracked the YouTuber down to a commercial building and attacked him before fleeing the scene, though he was arrested a couple hours later. Thankfully, this YouTuber did survive, but he did get some serious injuries. So I mean, overall, this is just a scary time, because as, I guess...
Oh man, honestly, this is a scary time for anybody, bro. It's not just for only the females, because like I said, IRLs are just like the most dangerous thing now. You just never know who's watching. People could just pull up and rob you. People could just pull up and rob you in general, but like if they know you're a famous person, and they'll just type your name in, they'll find you, and they're just going to be tailing you, because they know where your stream is. You can put a delay on or whatever, but like they'll just know where you are in their city, their country, their anything, bro. But this was a horrific case. I heard of this whole thing before, but this just refreshed my mind and kind of told me the result of what happened to this nigga, bro. And I really do not agree with them giving this nigga 16 fucking years, bro. Like, bro, they need to, like I said, they need to reassess what the fuck going on with their laws over there, or sentencing laws, or whatever, or how they judge people on the severity of a crime that they did, bro. I don't know. Like I said, it is different in other countries, but a lot of other countries would have gave this nigga, it would have been raps for this nigga in other countries. I feel like they taking it way too easy on people in Japan, bro. Because Japan's a great country, but like they just really take it way too easy on people over there, bro. They need to like make an example out of this nigga, bro. But I don't know. They say a lot of horrible crimes going on in the US. Nigga, a lot of horrible crimes going around the damn world, bro. Different specific stuff. They countries have all their flaws, but this one just really pisses me off, bro. Oh man, if you guys ever decide to like IRL stream, watch your back, bro. Or watch who's the most person donating to you. And that whole debacle really pissed me off too, because like you take out a whole fucking loan and donate to a person, and then you get mad and try to get all the money back and somehow win a whole little like suit, and she has to pay you back for you sending all that money to her. Like, bro, yeah, laws are just kind of shaky over there with different specific stuff, bro. Let me know what you guys think of this whole thing below. Go check out Atozi's original video. It'll be linked in the description. But yeah, this whole thing just pissed me off, bro. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And we're on the road to 850. Catch you guys in the next video.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?